This is Lane again. Hopefully the previous recording helped you in formatting Excel worksheets. Now I'd like to go over one additional item for those who would like to go a little bit farther. Let me share my screen. Okay, if you remember, we started with a worksheet, something like this. And I just want to go over briefly what you can do with macros. Is a really neat thing you can do in Excel. So you remember how we formatted the title on our first demonstration? And so let's do just the title part and the column widths and put it into a macro. It's not very hard, so let me just show you. So we'll go here and let's go up to View. And over the right, you see macros. And let's do Record Macro. We're going to have to give it a name. So let's call it a sample. And we'll call it sample title. You cannot put a space in here. So if you want to have two words, you will have to do an underline. And you can put a key with it. Let's do a Z as a key for that. It's going to generally will store in your personal macro workbook. And we have a title, so let's go OK. So now basically, once you have selected that, every keystroke that you do will be recorded by this macro. And so all you have to do is continue to do just like you've done before. So if you have something that's repetitive, you do from sheet to sheet to sheet, then you can use a macro to automatically do it. And so let's start like we did before. We're going to select the entire sheet and we will go back to the Home tab and we will format Auto Fit Column Width. We're going to go back to this row like we did before. We're going to set a color for it. We're going to make it a little bit wider. We're going to make it center aligned. And we're going to make the font a little bit bigger. We can just use this increase font. And that looks good to me. So that gives us our title and we have everything sorted so much. So that's as much as we want to do with this macro. So we'll go back to View, Macro, Stop Recording. Okay. So let's see if it works, we will close this workbook and I'll open it back up like it was. Do you remember the key sequence? It was Control Z. So I'm going to exit out of this and don't save it. I'm going to open it back up. Okay, you can see that it's starting out just like it was. If I hit the sequence Control Z, how about that? Everything that I did was stored by Excel. Now, generally when you would exit out, it will ask you if you want to save the personal workbook. So you need to make sure you select yes to be able to save that macro. The other way you can see that macro is you view and you can look at macros, you can view them. And the one that I saved is sample title right there. I can select it and I can run it from there. So there's more than one way, but we did select that letter key to be able to use it. Now, if I come on there and go to options, I can see that I have Z selected, tells me Control Z, so I could change that Z. But basically, that's all there is to setting up a macro. I hope that helps and I hope you have a good day.